Check one, check two. All right. Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes. I, of course, am the Brofict one, AJ. Hope you're having an incredible Saturday morning so far. We got a lot going on today. A lot of games. Huge slate in college basketball. Huge slate in the NBA. And yeah, to follow it up, a huge slate in the NHL. We're going to break down as much of that as we can, as many games as we like. And, we're going to have a Saturday. Let's have a Saturday. It's one of those days. Let's just have a Saturday. Good vibes only making these picks, all right? Good vibes only. We just want to stay positive, all right? Because we haven't lost anything yet. So until we lose, why get negative? You know what I mean? So let's stay positive. Let's keep it upbeat. But yeah, hey, let's get it going, huh? Let's get it going. We're going to start in the college basketball world. That's what I'm feeling today. We'll start college basketball. Yeah, let's go there. I got to get the thing doing the thing right. And remember, chat's always open. So, hey, drop your picks, your thoughts on the games. Let me hear them. I want to hear them. And yeah, we'll keep it moving. And if you like what we're cooking, always drop that like button. Helps us out a lot more than you know. But college basketball got a lot in there today. And we're going to start with UMass and Vermont. Vermont, Vermont, 8.5 point favorites here. 137 is the total. And I mean, hey, Vermont's been cooking, but I don't think we can really count out UMass yet. Now, with that being said, this is for the American East playoffs, so of course you can't count them out yet. They've had a hell of a season, 22-9 on the season, Vermont 27-6. And yeah, listen, Vermont's been on an absolute tear. UMass did lose to Vermont by, 12 points back at the beginning of the month. And yeah, that's going to sting. But there is an opportunity there for UMass. If they can just step up that defense a little bit more and they can attack the rim, they're going to be fine. Because they have the opportunity to outpace Vermont. But if Vermont can get those breakaways, Vermont can, especially, work those fast breaks, they're going to be chilling. So I guess that's a long-winded answer of saying, regrettingly, I'm going with Vermont minus the 8.5 here. It's been tough. It's been tough with these bigger spreads in these championship games and everything. We've had a lot of underdogs covering lately, which is great. Not for me because I haven't taken those specific underdogs. But hey, we're going to turn it around today. We're feeling good, feeling real solid. Keeping it moving. Brown and Princeton, excuse me, not the Cleveland Browns, in the Ivy League tournament presented by TIAA, the semifinals here. What is Brown? 10.5 point dogs here. 138.5 is the total. Now, Princeton has absolutely been the darling team of the Ivy League. I'm not, and fair enough. 24-3 on the season. They've been playing hot. They've been looking good. U of A after the embarrassing, and that's all I'm going to say, is just an embarrassing loss yesterday. I'm praying that Princeton is not on our side of the bracket, so we don't have to see them round one if it ends up working out that way. Shout out to last year. But no, Brown has just not been good. 12-17 on the season. I don't like the chalk early. I hate that we're going so chalky so early. But Princeton minus 10.5, like as a good sports bettor, I'm looking at that line. And unfortunately, it makes sense. You know what I mean? It's one of those where I can't specifically poke a hole through it. And you got so much money on Princeton. Like the bets are evening out so that enough people are taking Brown. I mean, this line opened up at 9.5 and we're seeing it at 10.5 at some books like this one. But yeah, 52% of the bets, 98% of the money. And so I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the 10.5. We'll lay the points. We'll lay the points with Princeton. All right. I told Noah. Yesterday. I told Noah yesterday morning. I texted him and I was like, bro, I am loving what I saw out of Michigan State at the end of the first game they played. They're going to cover against Purdue. It was like 7.5, 8.5 points. Fuck yeah, they covered. Fuck yeah. Because again, when Edie is not on the court, this Purdue team is extremely mid. This team is just so overhyped, overrated because of Zach Edey, who himself, is an incredible college basketball player. And I'm not going to get into this again. But that's where it stops. He's good at what he does, and that's about it. But when he's not doing what he does, Purdue doesn't really have that second option. It's okay. Let's feed the ball to Edey. Let's get him down under. Let's just go. And then other shooters will pick up here and there. But with that being said, Wisconsin in a very interesting situation here. Wisconsin has been very hot and cold this season and not a team that I have been a big fan of betting on. Honest to God, I was on Northwestern yesterday. I thought Northwestern was going to take them. But hey, live and learn. Again, Purdue, I do think Purdue wins this game. It is just hard for me to sit here and willingly take them at the 5.5 because, the book is finally starting to see what I've been seeing and what Noah's been seeing and what we've all been seeing. Purdue has not been covering. Purdue has just not been able to cover. They've not been able to get it done on the court. And so, yes, they win the basketball game. But, now that we're getting deep into the Big Ten tournament, Purdue's going up against these guys that have given them problems in the past before. Last time that Purdue and Wisconsin played, that was back on the 10th. Purdue beat Wisconsin 78-70. Hard to beat a team twice. That's all I'm saying. Hard to beat a team twice. In 7 days. I'm going with it. And this hurts me. As a U of A fan, this hurts me doing this bet. I want you guys to understand that, but this is what I'm seeing. Hold on. Where's the money at? I want to see where the money's at. Ooh, yeah. Okay, we're getting reverse line movement here too from what I'm seeing. Getting Wisconsin with 60% of the bets, 10% of the money. Purdue, 40% of the bets, 90% of the money. Line opened up at 7.5, down to 5.5. So yeah, we're going with Wisconsin plus the 5.5 here. And I think a lot of this does have to do, and I'm shocked. I am shocked. I'm shocked that the public is split that way. Because I mean, I guess everyone loves Purdue except Noah and I. I mean, if we're going to be completely honest, I listen to these other shows and stuff, and everyone's sucking them off, but they're a very mid team when Zach Edey is not on the court. And when Zach Edey is on the court, yes, he's good at what he does, but Wisconsin's played them enough. They just played them close not 6 days ago. And so, yeah, they've got an opportunity to draw up a game plan here. I'm liking Wisconsin in this spot. And to be completely honest, to be transparent with you guys, this is a game where if this starts, Wisconsin starts getting hot and heavy early in the first half. And I know this is a game of runs. You got to think this is a game of runs, but who gets hot first? Who can get hot, stay hot? And so if Wisconsin in, the first, I'll give them 4 minutes, first 3-4 minutes of the game, can kind of minimize Zach Edey and get some points on the board, I'll be taking that money line. I'll be sprinkling that money line a little bit there at plus 205, probably getting it around plus 150 if they do get ahead early within that time frame. But the book's also not going to give Purdue, as they're going to hold on this line. I promise you that. They're going to hold on this line. They're going to be stingy with this line. They're not going to want to move this off of the 5.5. They're going to want to keep it at 5.5. They're just not going to want to give you Purdue plus money. They're not going to want to give you Purdue plus money. If we go into halftime and Wisconsin is up, let's say by fucking 7 points. Let's say 7 points. Let's say they're up by 7 points going into the second half. It will be at a pick'em. It will be at a pick'em because they had the original line at 7.5. And so it's going to be at a pick'em at that point because that's where it should be in their head. Then the juice will still be on Purdue. You're still going to get minus 115, minus 120 Purdue on the money line. They're going to do whatever they can to not give you plus money on Purdue because Purdue does have the ability to come back in the second half and shut shit down quick. And I will give them that. But again, Wisconsin, I hate that I'm putting this much into it, but I think Wisconsin's a good enough team. He's got good enough coaching right now to where they can maximize this opportunity after seeing Purdue just a couple days ago. So Wisconsin plus 5.5. Mississippi State Auburn. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did not mean to hit Auburn money line. That was my bad. I would not take a minus 355 favorite in college basketball. That's not what we do here. All right. Mississippi State and Auburn. Auburn, 8.5 point favorites going into this one. 143 is the total. Hey, yo, Mississippi State. And listen, Noah and I have been calling for Tennessee to have this epic downfall. It was a matter of time if it was going to happen in the SEC tournament or if it was going to happen in March Madness to get us going, but they didn't wait. They waited. They got into the SEC tournament. It's like, no, we got to start choking. So shout out to Mississippi State handling business, and that's what they did. They handled business. Auburn handling business as well against a very good South Carolina team. This is gonna be a good one. I'm actually excited for this one. SEC semis. What are we doing here? I mean, listen, I like Auburn shooting. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about that. They both played about the same style of defense and get about, at least I would rank them kind of in the same category of defenses, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But, Auburn, 8.5 points. What did this open at? Opened at 6.5, moving to 7.5, 8.5 at some books. Like here. 69% of the bets, 43% of the money on Auburn right now. So you're starting to get more money on Auburn, but definitely the public flooding in on that. But heavy money, sharp money coming in on Mississippi State plus the 8.5, which it makes sense. I mean, they're not here by any coincidence or anything. 21-12 on the season. Went through LSU. Went through Tennessee. This is a vibes pick. Because you're going to look at your numbers. You're going to look at Ken Pom. You're going to look at anything, and it's going to tell you to take Auburn. I'm going with the 8.5 here. I'm going with Mississippi State plus the 8.5 here. I'm feeling comfortable enough with how this team's playing defense and the shot selections they've been making that I can go with the 8.5 here and think that they keep this one pretty close here against Auburn. All right. St. Joseph's has been giving me fucking issues these last couple weeks. And hey, props to them. They've been playing good basketball. They've just been giving me some fucking issues. VCU 3.5-point favorites, 2.5 at some books. 139.5 is the total. St. Joseph's. I mean, hey, they've made a solid run here in the tournament. They made a solid run. They've really been getting it going. And I've been liking VCU. You know, VCU is a team that Noah and I have been on for a majority of the season. But they've had a rough stretch. And I don't think there's any question about that. And talk about the worst time to get cold. You know what I mean? The worst time to get cold going into the tournament. But ran through Fordham, ran through UMass, VCU did. St. Joseph's going through Mason, GMU, going through Richmond. I think St. Joseph's magic stops here. I do. I think it stops here. Give me VCU minus the 3.5. Whoops. And we'll keep it moving. All righty. Delaware State, Howard, the MEAC final. Howard, 4.5-point favorites here. 138 is the total. We're going to start with the over here. None of these teams like to play defense. And I mean, none of these teams like to play defense. So we're going to start with the over here. And I think, 76% of the bets, 95% of the money on Delaware State, but we're getting reverse line movement here. Opened up at 2.5, now sitting 4.5, 3.5 at some books. I'm going with Howard minus the 4.5. I think Howard is going to outpace them on the court. I think they're going to have no problem putting up shots, making shots, getting it done. So I'm going with Howard minus the 4.5, going over 138 in this game. I think this game goes clear over. If both teams don't score 70 points, I will be very shocked. Very shocked. But hey, if you watched this show before, I have been wrong before. All right. Cornell and Yale. Didn't we already talk about this? No, we already didn't. I thought we did. Cornell, Yale. Yale, 3-point favorites here. 153 is the total. Cornell, big red. Hey, they've been making me some money lately. Shout out to Cornell. I mean, listen, it's the Ivy League. What do you want me to say? And I think this is, I mean, don't get me wrong. Yale plays defense. They're very, like most Ivy League teams, very disciplined and very, high IQ basketball. But Cornell likes to score. Cornell has been an exciting team to watch this season. They've been a fun team to watch this season. I think they're going to continue to be a fun team to watch. And let's keep it rolling. Let's just keep it rolling. I'm going Cornell plus the 3 here. I think they're going to outpace them. Again, I think they're going to outpace them on the court. They're going to get a couple good breakaways, be able to break through there. Yeah, Cornell shoots. Let's go. Cornell plus the 3. UAB, South Florida minus the 2.5. UAB's been solid. That's where I want to start. I want to start with UAB's been solid, but South Florida has been a killer. South Florida has just been killers. And, UAB had a nice, good win against Wichita yesterday. South Florida running through ECU. And, I think the AAC runs through South Florida. I think it's going to be hard for them to give it up. 2.5, I respect the line. But I think the defense here for South Florida, along with their shooting, is going to step up. South Florida minus the 2.5. Thank you. All right, Nebraska, Illinois. Fuck. This sucks. I hate this game. I mean, honestly, two teams that they're just not good. They're not good. I hate watching this basketball. I hate watching their basketball. Will I? Yeah, I will continue to watch, but it's not fun. Nebraska, 4.5 point dogs here. 153.5 is the total. Yeah. All right. Let's start with that. We're going under here, under 153.5. This is still the Big Ten. Let's remember that. I do not see a lot of points being scored in this game. Excuse me. I think this is going to be more of a defensive battle on the court. But with that being said, Illinois does score more. Illinois does score more. I think it goes under, but I do think Illinois takes this one. Give me 4.5 here with Illinois, and I hate it. I just don't see it with Nebraska, though. Nebraska doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Texas A&M, Florida Gators. Gators, 3.5 point favorites here. Excuse me, 151.5 is the total. Man, Florida scores. I think that's the thing. Florida scores, and so they just score so much more than their opponent. Like, they don't play defense to the point where they don't play defense enough that they are going to get the turnovers, going to get those blocks or anything. But they'll let you score so that they can just get the ball back and score faster. And then it's just a really fun game that they play. But, I mean, damn. Book got this one right. Book got this one right at 3. Let's just start there. Book got this one right at 3. But is Texas A&M anything except a money pit that doesn't pay? Asking for a friend. Because I just do not see fun things in the future for A&M. So give me Florida minus the 3 here. Let's roll with that. What's the public on that one? They got to be on A&M, I'm thinking. No, 76% of the bets, 70% of the money on Florida. I'm okay being on the public here. Healthy line movement from 1.5 to 3, following the money. And so the sports book's okay with it. I'm okay with it. Florida Gators minus the 3. St. Bonnie's and Duke. Duquesne Dukes, excuse me. Duquesne, 2-point favorites here. 134.5 is the total. I've been liking this St. Bonnie's team, and I've been hesitant. I won't lie. I've been hesitant this season to take them. I've been staying off of their games because they hurt me a lot last season. And 20-12, I mean, they've been playing good basketball. So is Duquesne, though. I don't think you can count out the Dukes. But man, it's just one of those things. It's been one of those things. 46% of the bets, 86% of the money on St. Bonnie's. Yeah, I'm going with the 2, but I'm also taking the 110. I'm going to take the money line here. I really like what I've been seeing out of St. Bonaventures the last couple of weeks, and I think it continues. I think they're going to just keep it rolling, which is what you got to love. You just got to love it. Temple, FAU. What a team, huh? What a fucking frustrating team to bet on, to bet with, to bet against. They're just assholes. They're the worst, honestly. FAU, 13.5-point favorites here. 142 the total. What's the public on this one? Because I'm not feeling FAU today. They've been so hit or miss. You know what I mean? They've not been able to play consistent enough basketball for me to take them. You know, I want to take them. They were a hell of a Cinderella story last season. They were a lot of fun, but they're so inconsistent with how they play. And they let these games get way too close. And that's my biggest issue, is they let these games get way too close. 67% of the bets, 84% of the money on FAU. This is what we call a parlay buster here. I think FAU is going to be that buster. Give me Temple plus 13.5 here. I think FAU is going to come out swinging in the first half, but I think that's too many points for them. I think they're going to get the lead, and they're going to let up because that's what they seem to do. They get the lead, they let up, and then the other team stays in there until the last couple minutes, and then they get it moving. But yeah, not been good. Iowa State, Houston. Houston, 5.5-point favorites here. Man, Iowa State's been good, though. Iowa State's had a hell of a run, especially on the back half of this season. But damn, Houston's been on another level. 46% of the bets, 86% of the money on Iowa State. Line moved from 4.5 to 5.5. Houston, minus 5.5. Not even thinking twice. Again, we run on the KISS method here. Keep it simple, stupid. And that's what we'll do. New Mexico, SDSU. San Diego State, 2.5-point favorites here. 140.5 is the total. New Mexico's been a solid squad this season. Been a fun team to bet on. Been a fun team to watch, but this is asking a lot in the Mountain West Final. This is asking for a lot here, I think, out of New Mexico. San Diego State, a team that's been honestly just kind of lying in wait. Started off a little rough, but hey, they figured that out. They righted the ship. And I think 2.5 is very generous from the sports books. Thank you very much. The public is very much on New Mexico. I'm taking San Diego State here, minus 2.5. Marquette, UConn. I'm going to stay off this game. I'm going to stay off this game for the sole reason that I hate the number. I hate 9.5. I'm not taking minus 480 on the money line. I don't know if I trust Marquette enough at 360. UConn's just been dominant. Staying off. I'm staying off. For my own health, I'm staying off. Kent State, Akron. Akron, 5-point favorites here. I don't get it. I don't. I mean, yeah, Akron's been... They've been fun. They've been fun in the MAC this year. Kent State's just been a little bit more fun. Kent State's been a little bit more fun, and they've had a nice run here in the MAC championship. And I think it's going to be a good day for the Golden Flashes. I think it's going to be a really solid day. Give me Kent State plus the 5. Sprinkle that money line at plus 175. Let's keep it cooking. Y'all remember St. Peter's? Huh? Y'all remember the Peacocks? They're back 2.5-point favorites here. 127.5 is the total. Wouldn't ask for anything else. In the MAAC, the MAC championships, because there's two ways. You got the MAC and the MAC. Hey, St. Peter's, they've been dogs, huh? They did it again. I mean, Noah and I were on Quinnipiac yesterday, and kind of mind blown. And that St. Peter's is able to get this love again. Seeing a little bit of reverse line movement here. Maybe not. Yeah, a little bit of reverse line movement. 45% of the bets, 98% of the money on St. Peter's. Opened up at 1.5, moving to 3.5. St. Peter's plays some damn good defense, though. That's where my hang-up is. They play some really good defense, and so that's kind of my only hang-up, but shit. Man, this is a tough one. Because, I'm looking at a lot of St. Peter's games right now. And the ones they lose is when the defense falls apart. And they let that team score. And I think the defense has just been holding up a little too much. Finals, though, what do I say? I say big moments. When it's big moments, the defense is what remember. You remember the defense. You remember those drills. You remember dealing with all that bullshit. That's what comes back to you. Fuck. I really don't like St. Peter's, so we're going with Fairfield. I don't like this team. I don't like the way it's constructed. I think it's going to be a big moment for these kids. And I'm not saying they're going to choke, per se, I just think the better team's going to win. Let's go with that. NC State, North Carolina, 9.5-point favorites here in the ACC final. Man. I'm not going to get cute with this one. I know the public's going to be all over UNC. I know I'm going to be on UNC minus 9.5 until proven otherwise. Their defense speaks for itself. Their shooting speaks for itself. North Carolina minus 9.5. UTEP, Western Kentucky. Listen, it's Hilltoppers all day long. I'm not even going to go into it. Hilltoppers minus the 3, taking points. Thank you. Oregon, Colorado, staying off of this because I'm too heartbroken right now. Honestly, that U of A game was everything I've been worried about. Everything that I've been worried about coming together. I mean, Caleb Love yesterday, he should, yeah. Balo looked shitty. He looked shitty. Boswell looked shitty. It wasn't a good outing. It was not a good outing for the boys. But hey, we got March coming around. Just don't want to draw Princeton. I just don't want to go through that again. Do not want to draw Princeton again. So I'm staying off. I'm staying off the Pac-12 championship. Hope both teams lose. Long Beach State going up against UC Davis. UC Davis, 2-point favorites here, as they should be. UC Davis has had an incredible season. And I think continues. UC Davis's defense is just going to overstep everything. Give me UC Davis minus the 2. Texas Southern, Grambling State. Grambling plus the 2.5. 127.5 is the total here in the SWAC final. I mean, give me the under 127, Grambling State plus 2.5. I think it's going to be a defensive game, and their defense is going to take over. Texas Southern can shoot. I'm actually going to take away the under. I think I'm still sticking with Grambling, taking away the under. UT Arlington, GCU. The Lopes are here in the WAC final. Yeah, Grand Canyon minus the 6. Thank you very much. And that is a nice 23-leg parlay in college basketball. Let's run through those picks. We got Vermont minus the 8, Princeton minus 10, Wisconsin plus 5.5, Mississippi State plus 8.5, VCU minus the 3.5, over 138 in Delaware State and Howard minus 4.5, Cornell plus the 3, South Florida minus 2.5, Nebraska, Illinois under 152.5, Illinois minus 4.5, Florida minus the 3, St. Bonnie's on the money line at plus 110. Temple plus 13.5 at minus 115. Houston minus the 5.5 at San Diego State minus the 2.5. Kent State plus 5. Fairfield minus the 2.5. UNC minus 9.5. Kentucky, the Hilltoppers minus the 3. UC Davis minus 2. Grambling State plus 2.5. GCU minus the 6. That is all she wrote for college basketball Saturday. Whew, we did it. I'm proud of us. We got through it. And with 4 minutes to spare before the first college basketball game tips off here today, I'm going to get those bets in really quick, and then we will run through NBA, college basketball. NBA, NHL. Got a nice slate there. All right. How are we feeling today, huh? We still having a good Saturday? I'm having a good Saturday. I like those picks. I like those picks a lot. All righty. Bets are in. We are ready to rock and roll. Let me pull up my NBA stuff real quick. We'll stay on the hardwood. And then we'll end it out with the ice. Ended out on the ice. And hey, again, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. If you do have a moment of your time, please hit that like button. Helps us a lot more than you know. Hey, the Suns beat the Hornets yesterday. Woo fucking who? Only by 11 points. God, they stress me. The Suns stress me out. The Suns stress me out. This should be a playoff team. This should be a top of the West playoff team, not a play-in team. But yet here we're sitting. Don't worry, we'll get into all that a lot more deeply and my frustration with the Phoenix Suns when March Madness is over. By the way, before we get into the NBA, I do want to say this Thursday and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, this upcoming March Madness, round 1 and round 2, we will be live from first tip to the last basket. Live betting, talking everything college basketball, any other sports shit coming on. But we'll be live all day long, so make sure you mark your calendars. Join us for that. Gonna be a great time. I'm excited. Beyond excited. All right, you fuck. Oh, okay. We're ready. Let's get into the NBA. Let's do it. I'm ready. All right, starting us off, Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Houston Rockets. Cavs, 4.5-point favorites here on the road. And yeah, Cavs been cooking, huh? The Cavs have been looking really solid this season, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving what I'm seeing from them, and I think it's going to continue. Taking some chalk here early, Cavs -4.5. Hornets, 76ers. 76ers, 10.5-point favorites here. It's a tale of two teams that are not fun to watch. Give me the 76ers -10.5 here. Sorry, my screens got mixed up. Where we are. Portland Trailblazers, 13-point dogs here on the road to the Pelicans. Zion and the boys. Hey, I'll give them props where props are due. They're looking good. They are playing some solid basketball. And I think it's going to continue. I do, in fact, think it's going to continue. Give me the Pelicans -13. And the Trailblazers have just been bad. They're bad. Nets Pacers. Nets are bad too. Give me the Pacers -8.5. I just like the way the Pacers have been playing, especially at home. I know what you're thinking, AJ. Hey, this is a hell of a lot of chalk. Don't worry, we'll get there. But I do like a lot of chalk today. Like the Wizards and the Bulls. Really? Anyone out there want me to take the Wizards +10? Please. I can't do it. I can't do that to myself. Bulls -10. OKC and the Grizz. I'm loving OKC and everything that's going on there. Chet, SGA, I mean, it's been awesome to watch. Thunder have owned them in the last 2 matchups. I think that continues. -10. Let's go. All right. Golden State and the Lakers. Lakers 2.5-point favorites here. Let me just double check injuries on this one. I know which way I want to go. Lakers just lost to the Kings. I think we need to keep that in mind. Lakers did just lose to the Kings. I'm going with the Warriors here. I'm going with the Warriors +2.5 on the road. Again, I don't trust this Lakers team. I really don't trust this Lakers team a whole lot. So, oh, good. It's Golden State +2.5. Jazz, T-Wolves. T-Wolves -7.5. Jazz stink. Knicks and the Kings. Hey, Kings coming off of a nice win against the Lakers at home. I think they continue to have success at home and keep it moving. Give me the Kings -3.5. And again, a lot of chalk. I'm sorry. A lot of chalk. I'm sorry. Cavs -4.5. 76ers -10.5. Pelicans -13. Pacers -8.5. Bulls -10. OKC -10. Golden State +2.5. Minnesota -7.5. Sacramento -3.5 to wrap it up there in the association. Boom. We like it. We like it a lot. All right, let's get to the ice, huh? Let's get to the ice. Settle it on the ice, boys. Another big ass slate on the ice for a Saturday. I like it. I do wish they would, kind of spread it out to Sunday too. Because then we get to Sunday, and I mean, yes, I love watching golf. I love watching golf. Don't get me wrong, and we'll cover that tomorrow morning. But I mean, it is the players too. But we'll cover. I do those picks on Saturday, Sunday mornings, though. But either way, I'm thinking we're good. Anyway, wish they would just move some of it to, yeah. Anyway, let's get to the ice. All right, Buffalo Sabres, Red Wings, Red Wings. Plus 105 at home. 6 is the total. I've been, if you've watched this show enough, you know how much I like this Red Wings team, a young team that's looking a lot better every single game. I'm going with the Red Wings plus 105 here. Senators, Islanders, 1.5 point favorites here, plus 143. 6 is the total. Senators have been losing me a lot of money this season, so we're going to stop betting on them all up. And they kind of stink. So, whoops. We're going to go with the Islanders minus 1.5 here at plus 143. They've beaten them by 2 in the last game, and then 1 in the one before that. So, a lot of goals coming from them. Rangers, Penguins. They stank. Whoops, don't want the 1.5. I'll take the 155 though on the money line. Devils and the Coyotes. Devils have been kind of falling off still. They're still on the downslide. They have not been as productive as they were in the beginning of the season. And man, it would be a bad day. So give me the Coyotes plus 140 here on the money line. I'm thinking the Yotes get shit done, taken care of, handled here. All right, Lightning and the Panthers. Panthers minus 170 here at home. 6 points. Panthers minus the 170. Thank you. Just don't like the Lightning this year. And I think the Lightning will be fine come playoffs and everything. If they're still there. I got to check standings again. I haven't done that in a minute. But, yeah. If they make playoffs. All right, Flyers and the Bruins. Bruins minus the 190 here. Flyers. Man, they've been a scrappy bunch, huh? Been a scrappy bunch. I guess that's why you're getting plus 1.5 at minus the 160, even though the Bruins clapped them back in January. Yeah, we're not going to get cute. Bruins minus the 190. Sharks and the Blue Jackets. Hate this game. Staying away. Montreal and Calgary. Calgary minus 165 on the money line. 6 is the total here. Give me a second. Hold on. Hold. That's what I thought. Yeah, we'll go with Calgary minus the 165 here. Liking it a lot. Hurricanes and the Leafs. Hey, I love the Hurricanes. They've been playing some great hockey, and I'm not going to stop betting on them. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to fucking stop. Give me that minus 130. Thank you very much. Whoops. All righty. LA Kings, Dallas Stars. Dallas hockey, minus 165. 6 is the total here. Dallas Stars have been hot. They've been continuing to cook. Can't take it away from the Kings, though. I just don't like them on the road. Give me the Stars, minus 165. Minnesota Wild, St. Louis Blues. The Blues. They suck. But the Wild have been struggling lately. Sorry, Noah. Short line here. I'm going to take the short favorite. Give me Minnesota minus the 130. I understand it's on the road. And the last time the Wild played at St. Louis, I mean, they got their ass handed to them. No ifs, ands, or buts. Is history doomed to repeat itself? Actually, more than likely. Give me the Blues on the money line plus the 110. We're going to go with that. Nashville and the Kraken. Listen, I understand this is a short line and people are going to say that these are two very similar teams. They're not in my eyes. I see these as two very different teams in different stages. And I think that Nashville is just that much better. I really do. I think this is insulting that we're getting a short line here. I'll take the Predators minus 120 on the money line. Avs and the Oilers. Oilers minus 130. I don't get it. I don't get it with the Oilers. Like, yeah, they're good, but I don't think they're that good. I don't think they're better than the Avs. I don't. I think they'll show it here tonight. Give me the Avs minus plus the 110. Staying away from this trash. I don't even want to. Caps suck. The Caps suck, and I'm not taking 1.5 at plus 115. So that's the slate for the NHL. We're going Red Wings on the money line. Islanders minus the 1.5 at plus 143. Rangers minus the 155. Coyotes plus 140. Panthers minus the 170. Bruins minus 190. Calgary minus 165. Hurricanes minus the 130. Dallas minus 165. St. Louis plus the 110. Nashville minus 120. Colorado Avalanche plus the 110 to wrap it all up. Do we like it? No, we love it. We love it. Hell of a slate today. Love everything NHL, NBA. That was all of it. That was all of it. And that's all I got today. Did not have a chance to handicap UFC. We'll handicap UFC 300, though. Don't you worry about it. But yeah, hey, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for watching. Hope you guys have an incredible Saturday. Good luck on all of your bets. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. I, of course, am the Brofect One AJ, and I'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.